Do you pay particular attention to how you're treated, and are you always treated fairly? Hi, I'm Mike Henry Sr. with Follower of One. Thanks for joining me again today on the Follower of One podcast. I'm grateful that you're here. Today, our passage is Acts chapter 5, verse 40, and I'm reading from the Christian Standard Bible. After they called in the apostles and had them flogged, they ordered them not to speak in the name of Jesus and released them. Again, that's from the Christian Standard Bible. The apostles here are Peter and John. They had been preaching in the marketplace. They had been out sharing their faith in the marketplace. And they were arrested yesterday and thrown in jail. But this morning, when they got up to put them on trial, they were outside of the jail, and the jail was all sealed up and everybody was there. Nobody knew what happened. And so they went back and they rearrested them. And they had this dialogue, and Gamaliel spoke. And I've spoken about different verses in this passage at different times in the podcast, and you can check out some of those. We'll put those notes to those episodes in the description. But here in this passage, what I wanted to concentrate on was how the apostle, basically what had happened was all of the Pharisees and Sanhedrin had decided to let them go. And so as they're letting them go, they bring them back in, but they have them flogged. That doesn't seem right. It wouldn't seem right to us. You know, from the West, and especially from the United States, you can't be punished until you're proven guilty. And basically, they had these guys flogged. They beat them with whips. And then they ordered them not to speak in the name of Jesus and release them. And of course, we find out in the next passage that they went right back doing what they were doing. And they rejoiced as well. And we'll talk about that some in tomorrow's episode. But the cool thing here, and the thing that I want to challenge us with today, is the ministry we have when we're treated unfairly. When we're not treated well, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to trust God to make it right. The very first night, they got released from prison. But the very second day, they still got flogged. We might get treated unfairly. We may have challenging circumstances. Maybe you won't get whipped, but you might get passed up for a promotion. You may get fired for no reason or for a not so good reason. We have these different types of things that we have to face because we're Jesus followers. So how do we react? Well, I want us to be prepared for this. That's the point of this verse, of focusing in just on this verse and not jumping to the next verse. If we're prepared for not good things to happen to us, if we're prepared for the negative, then we're ready. Now, I'm not talking about a glass half empty kind of person. I'm not talking about being discouraged. I think it's a mental mindset to realize that the world will not react according to our message. The world is not necessarily excited about living for Jesus. They want to see people who live differently, and sometimes Jesus calls us to live differently in painful and difficult circumstances. And I need that reminder, even if you don't. And so today, what I want to challenge us as Marketplace Christians, let's remember that we may not be treated fairly. Let's find a way to trust God rather than whining in these circumstances or complaining to Him about them. Let's ask God to use our circumstances today for His glory. And I believe that's exactly what He's doing. I believe that's His plan. Thank you for being a Marketplace minister. Thank you for considering how your faith can make a difference any day. What we do because we follow Jesus matters forever. And so I'm grateful for your service to our King. Please pay attention to the people around you. And let's remember that our job is to simply help other people move one notch closer to Jesus. Thanks very much.